Welcome to Mystery Stories. Today we will continue the story of The Art of Betrayal, a dangerous game of deceit. Can Rachel and Alex bring down the criminal syndicate and expose the threatening conspiracy? Join them on this heart-pounding journey to unravel the truth and discover the power of justice in a world of deception.
Chapter 7: The Art of Deception. Rachel and Alex had been so consumed with their work that they had neglected their own personal lives. They had become so focused on their mission to fight corruption and deception that they had forgotten about the things that truly mattered to them. Rachel had always been passionate about art, but she had pushed that interest to the side in order to focus on her work. Alex had been the same way, sacrificing his own interests for the sake of their cause. But as they worked on their latest case, they found themselves drawn into the world of art once again. They were investigating a wealthy art collector who was suspected of involvement in a major international art theft ring. As they delved deeper into the case, they found themselves captivated by the beauty and history of the stolen artworks. They began to see art as more than just a luxury for the wealthy, but as a way to connect with the past and with people from different cultures. Their investigation led them to the heart of the art world, where they met a group of passionate and dedicated art collectors and scholars who shared their love of art. They learned about the complex and often deceptive world of art dealing, where authenticity and provenance were often shrouded in mystery and deceit. Rachel and Alex realized that the art world was just as susceptible to corruption and deception as any other industry. They saw the potential for their organization to expand their mission to include the fight against art theft and fraud. But as they pursued their investigation, they found themselves drawn into a web of betrayal and conspiracy that threatened to destroy everything they had worked so hard to build. They had uncovered secrets that some powerful people would do anything to protect, and they were soon in grave danger. Despite the risks, Rachel and Alex refused to back down. They knew that the fight against corruption and deception was more important than their own safety. They used their skills and expertise to gather evidence against the art thieves and their accomplices. And they worked with law enforcement agencies around the world to bring them to justice. In the end, their work had a profound impact on the world of art. They had exposed the dark side of the industry and had helped to bring about reforms that would ensure that art could be enjoyed and appreciated by all, not just the wealthy and powerful. Chapter 8: The Conspiracy Unravels. As Rachel and Alex continued to pursue their investigation, they discovered that the art theft ring they were tracking was just one part of a much larger criminal organization. This syndicate had its hands in everything from drug trafficking to arms dealing, and they were willing to do whatever it took to protect their secrets. Rachel and Alex knew that they were in over their heads, but they were determined to see their mission through to the end. They had come too far to back down now. As they dug deeper, they uncovered a web of conspiracy that reached into the highest levels of government and business. They found evidence of corruption and collusion that was shocking in its scope and audacity. But as they gathered more evidence, they began to realize that they were being watched. They received threatening messages and warnings to back off, and they knew that their lives were in danger. Despite the risks, they refused to be intimidated. They worked tirelessly to gather more evidence and to expose the truth, knowing that the fate of their organization and the safety of countless people depended on their success. Their investigation led them to a remote island in the Pacific, where they finally confronted the leaders of the criminal syndicate. In a tense and dramatic showdown, they revealed the evidence they had gathered and demanded justice. But the leaders of the syndicate were not going to give up without a fight. They had too much at stake, and they were willing to do whatever it took to protect their secrets. In a harrowing and dangerous battle, Rachel and Alex fought against the criminals and their henchmen, putting their own lives on the line to bring them to justice. It was a brutal and violent confrontation, but in the end, they emerged victorious. The leaders of the syndicate were arrested, and the evidence they had gathered was used to prosecute them and bring them to justice. The world was shocked by the scale of the conspiracy and the corruption that had been uncovered. And the impact was felt across the globe. Rachel and Alex knew that their work was far from over, but they had made a difference. They had fought against corruption and deception and had brought criminals to justice. They had proved that even in the face of overwhelming odds, the power of truth and justice could prevail. As they returned home, they felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. They knew that their work had made a difference and that they had helped to make the world a better place. Chapter 9: New Beginnings. After the dramatic conclusion to their investigation, Rachel and Alex found themselves in the spotlight. They were hailed as heroes, and their story was featured in newspapers and on television around the world. But despite the attention, they knew that it was time for a new beginning. They had both been deeply affected by their experiences, and they were ready for a change. Rachel decided to leave her job at the art museum and to pursue a career in investigative journalism. She wanted to continue to uncover the truth and to expose corruption and injustice wherever she found it. Alex, meanwhile, decided to take a break from his work as a private investigator. He wanted to explore the world and to experience new cultures and adventures. Together, they embarked on a journey around the world, visiting exotic locations and immersing themselves in new experiences. They visited ancient ruins in South America, explored the markets of Marrakesh, and went on safari in Africa. Along the way, they discovered new passions and interests. And they grew even closer as friends and partners. Eventually, they returned home, refreshed and rejuvenated, ready to take on new challenges. Rachel dove into her new career with passion and determination, while Alex returned to his work as a private investigator with a new sense of purpose and clarity. Over the years, they continued to work together on various investigations and projects, building a bond that was unbreakable. They remained committed to the pursuit of truth and justice, and they inspired countless others to do the same. Looking back on their journey, Rachel and Alex knew that they had been through a lot, but they wouldn't have changed a thing. They had learned valuable lessons about the power of persistence, the importance of trust, and the impact of standing up for what is right. As they looked forward to the future, they knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, with courage, conviction, and a commitment to making the world a better place. If you enjoyed the story, give us a like and share this with your friends and on social media. Subscribe for more stories like this.